Namaskaram everyone, I'm Alia. Welcome to day 6 of the 21-day yoga journey. Today we have a wonderful practice to open our lower body. Let's get started with our opening prayer. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Saviryan Karvavahai Tejasvinavadhiramastu ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Welcome to today's class. We begin by warming up our entire lower body, starting with our ankles. So we come on to our right leg lifting and our left leg lifting up to the toes, dropping down, lifting to the toes for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're welcome to take the support of a chair if you'd like to. And for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release and relax. Now let's do ankle rotations. 3 rounds in one side in clockwise direction and 3 rounds in anti-clockwise direction. Do this at your own pace, as slow as you can go. Come on to the other leg. Again, 3 rounds in clockwise direction and 3 rounds in anti-clockwise direction. Release and come back. Now we do toe jumps, so please be careful as you do this, but come onto your toes and start jumping without touching your heels to the ground for a few rounds. Let's do that once more. Round 2, onto your toes. Let's begin. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release and relax. One more round. Onto your toes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release and relax. We now practice Tibetan rites to warm up our body. I'll first demonstrate the 5 rites and then we will practice together. First rite is rotation. Bring your arms by your side of the body. Rotate by keeping your gaze fixed at a single point, and when you're done, take your right foot forward and gaze at the fingertips in Anjali Mudra. Second, lie down on your back with hands by the side of your body, feet together, and lift your leg up all the way and bring it down. This is rite 2. Now rite 3, be on your knees. You can double up on the mat if you have knee pains or if you'd like to take it a little slow. Place your hands on your hips. Slowly lift up, look all the way back, and when you come down, take your chin to the collarbone. Now rite 4. Sit on your yoga mat with your feet forward, stretched straight. Keep the hands by the side of your body. Ensure that they are placed facing forward, not backwards. From here, we lift our hips up and go into a tabletop posture and come down to take the chin to the collarbone. Once more, we plant the toes down and lift our body up into a tabletop posture. And lastly, 5th rite, we come into Parvatasana. From here, we slowly shift into a upward dog. So Parvatasana to upward dog. So these are slightly dynamic movements and we do them slightly fast. So try to stick with it for the next 2 to 3 minutes, and we begin with right one. Rotations 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Right foot forward, Anjali Mudra. Look at the fingertips till the spinning stops. Now let's do right 2 for 5 counts. Lie down on your back, hands by the side of your body. Lift your leg up. 1, down. Inhale. 2, exhale, down. Inhale. 3, exhale, down. Inhale. 4, exhale, down. Inhale. 5, exhale, down. Release and relax. Now let's slowly come to our knees. Take your hands, place it on your lower back, roll your shoulders back, bring your elbows together. Inhale back, exhale down. Inhale back, exhale down. Inhale, take your head back, exhale, chin to the collarbone. Inhale, take your head back, exhale, chin to the collarbone. Last one, inhale, head to the back, exhale, chin to the collarbone. Now let's do the fourth right. Hands by the side of your body. Inhale, push up, tabletop, exhale, chin to the collarbone. 2, exhale, 3, exhale, 4, exhale, last one, 5, lift up, tabletop, head back, exhale, chin to the collarbone. Release and relax. Come to the last right, stick with it guys, we are almost done. Parvatasana. Look towards your navel. Take your hip down. Look all the way up. Inhale, Parvatasana. Exhale, upward dog. 3. Exhale, all the way up. 4. Look towards your navel. Look up all the way to the last round. 5. Parvatasana to upward dog. Slowly bring your hips to your ankles, head on the floor. We rest here in Balasana for a couple of rounds of breath. Feel the heat that's been generated in the body. Feel your heartbeat. Observe the quality of your breath. Catch your breath for a couple more seconds as we slowly transition to in a standing posture. So we are here in Samasthiti. Bring your hands all the way up. We just have 2 more warm-ups to go. We practice squats. So we begin with our feet hip distance apart and we sit down almost as though we are sitting on a chair. So let's practice. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Catch your breath, and we do this one more round, but this time we are going to practice for 10 repetitions. This time you can take the feet as wide as the yoga mat and bring your hands forward. Make sure that you are evenly balanced out between your right feet and left feet, and your ankles and toes both taking your weight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Release and relax. Feel the heat. Feel the muscles on your lower body warm up. We now are going to practice lunges. So this is the last of the warm-ups. Taking 1 feet back at a time and bringing your knees to touch the floor. So we practice this in a pace that you are comfortable with. So go as slow as you'd like if this is slightly difficult for you. But if you are able to catch the pace, then practice in a moderate intensity, taking 1 feet back at a time and lowering the knees to the floor. Release and relax. You might feel the warmth in your quads, your hamstrings, your calves. We'll do the last round of warm-ups with lunges, which will move forward this time. So this time we were taking our feet back 1 at a time. Now we'll move towards the back of the mat, and we take 1 leg forward at a time and then slowly touch the knees to the floor. So if you want a little bit of cushioning under your knees that's going down, that's completely fine. Your upper body is not leaning forward or leaning back, it's in a straight line. Your hands can be interlaced, your fingers can be interlaced together. Move in an intensity that you'd like and keep on maintaining this dynamic movement for a few more rounds. And when you are done, release and relax. Catch your breath. Close your eyes and stay still for a second. Observe the difference in your lower body. So now let's come down to a mat to sit with our feet stretched forward and our legs stretched forward with our hands by the side of our body. So our knees are not popping out, they're nice and straight. Our backs are not arching. The head, the hips, and our heart is in a straight line. From here, we do a few knee activations. That is, this is a micro movement, might not be entirely visible on the video. So this is essentially us just trying to press the knees towards the floor. So if you put your hands on top of your knees, you can feel that the knees are trying to push itself down. You can also place your hands below your knees to feel a little bit of this pressure towards the floor. So let's practice for a few more rounds. Without lifting the ankles off the floor, without lifting our knees. We put our hands back and rest for a couple of rounds. You can put your head back as well. Now, let us practice Paschimottanasana, forward fold. To practice this asana, bring your hands up and over above your head, hands facing each other, chest and your hips are in a straight line. We're not leaning forward as of now. From here, with control, without hinging our back, we slowly fold forward to catch a hold of either our toes or our sole or our ankles or your shin, your knees, wherever your body reaches. Make sure your upper back is not curving as much. Straighten your back and then finally release your head and rest your head on your knees. If it goes forward, that's even better. And hold on to your toes or your ankles or wherever your hands are, feeling this intense stretch in our hamstrings, calves, and then slowly release. Bring your hands up and come back to the sitting posture we started with. From here, we open our legs wide. We're looking at a 45 degrees, so we might not be at our most open stance here, that's okay. But from here, we slowly move side to side. So taking our body all the way from the hips, just moving our hands to touch the feet, just a little bit of a dynamic movement. From here, we're going to move slightly towards a pancake. We might not be able to fully go as of now, that's okay. We try where we can reach now, and towards the end of the practice, we try again. So you'll feel an intense stretch in your inner thighs. Slowly rock side to side till you bring your elbows to the floor. If your elbows doesn't reach, that's okay. Stay wherever you can for a few breaths and feel the stretch in your inner thighs. Now slowly let go and come into Vajrasana, or we can directly move on to the tabletop posture. So from here, kick the right leg up and use your hips to take your leg up and down. So you're trying to touch your knees to your elbows, and then knees goes as high as it can. Now with the other leg, knees trying to touch the elbows, and then kick your legs up all the way as high as you can. Slowly release, come off your hands, rest in Balasana. From here, we slowly move again towards the tabletop posture. And then curl your toes, lift your knees all the way up into Mountain Parvatasana. From here, kick your right leg up, bend your right knee, left and right knee in a straight line, and then take your right leg all the way forward to a lizard pose. So your right ankle is towards the side of the mat, your left knee on the floor, your hands firmly planted by the side of your right feet. Now, if you're comfortable, you can also bring your elbows down, gaze forward. Really push your hips down closer to the floor. Just here for a couple of seconds. So really push your hips down. Now from here, heel toe, heel toe, heel toe. To take your ankles to the side, we come to a pigeon pose. From here, if you're comfortable, you can also take your elbows to the floor in front of you. Make sure the back leg is in a straight line and is not lifting up. Now back is not curving. And slowly release and relax your head. If you can't come all the way to the floor, that's okay. We work wherever we are today. So you can stay on your hands as well. Now slowly lift back up. Transfer the weight back into your hands and take your legs all the way back to a tabletop. From here, we move into Mountain Parvatasana, lifting our left knee up, bending the left knee, and then taking the left knee to the side of the left hand, ensuring that our right knee is touching the floor, right ankle pointing outward. If you're comfortable, you can also come to your elbows in this lizard pose. We're only here for a couple of seconds. So really push your knees to the floor, your hips to the floor. From there, heel toe to the pigeon pose. So ensure that your weight is evenly distributed between the right and the left hips. If you can, bring your elbows to the floor. And in time, we'll also be able to practice by stretching the hands out fully and the head and the chest coming to the floor. Try to release your body, and with each exhalation, see if you can go a little further deeper into the stretch. Slowly lift back up. Take your left knee back into tabletop and rest in Balasana for just a few breaths. You can also bring your hands by the side of your body to take the weight off. We've been practicing with some amount of weight in our arms, so just release and relax, allowing our shoulders, our arms to take a break. From here, we slowly sit up and come back into our tabletop posture. We're going to do some circular stretches with our feet. So keeping the left knee bent, kick the right leg out and stay on the toes while we rock back and forth. And then we take our leg all the way to the side. Then we rock it back and forth for a couple of rounds. Same with the other feet. Kick it back all the way And by being on your toes, stretch back and forth, and then take that leg to the side of the body, and then sway back and forth, feeling a dynamic stretch in our hip joints, hamstrings. Now take the right leg all the way forward. We come into a little runner's lunge. Knees are not bent, knees are straight. Allow the upper body to relax and then bend as much as possible. Make sure your hips, the legs on the back is straight with the hips and the knees in a straight line. Now we shift the weight between the heels and the toes. So we move between the runner's lunge and an extended low lunge. So from here, we take our right ankle all the way back, right knee back, and let's come off our hands, give it a little bit of rest, stretch in all directions, and then back to tabletop. Extend the left knee and the left leg all the way to the side, and then let's slowly, either you can take it in one go or heel to heel to heel to, all the way to the top of the mat. So a runner's lunge. From here we bring our head to touch the knees. Ensure the knees are not bent. Your hands can be either by the side of your feet or a little towards the back, that's okay. Elbows bent. From here we shift our weight between the ankle and the toe. So ankle in a runner's lunge and toe in an extended low lunge. Keep shifting our weight, taking our hips back, stacked on top of the knees, and then taking our hips down as we can while we keep looking up towards the ceiling or the sky. Maybe you're practicing outside. Now release and relax, come into a sitting posture. Take a second to observe the changes in your lower body. Tapping into our breath. From here, we come down to the floor to lie down on our backs. Not Shavasana yet, but soon. From here, we're going to release and relax our entire body. And then slowly bend our knees and bring your feet closer to the body. A little bit of a dynamic stretch here. We take our knees to touch the floor as much as possible. So in your own pace, as in how you're comfortable, how much ever you can, just twist your knees side to side. Often, a lot of the lower body pain, lower back pain, reduced hip mobility is due to our hamstrings being tight. So we really focus today on the hamstrings so that tomorrow we can focus on the hips. From here, we come to Pavan Muktasana. Bend your knees, hold your knees with your hands, and then take your head towards the knees. From here, we interlock our knee and we come to a figure 4, holding on to the opposite knee with both our hands interlocked through the gap between our legs. See if you can bring the interlocked leg, the leg on top of the other knee, all the way to your chest. Now we cross our legs, taking it to the other side. See if you can really bring the leg closer to your chest. It's okay if it doesn't happen right away. Take it for as far as you can. If your hands cannot catch hold of your knees, that's okay. Use a strap or a shawl or something to interlock. From here, we really kick our feet up and we bring them all the way straight up into a L, hands by the side of our body, and lengthen and straighten our leg and use your toes to point towards you. We practice a little bit of a happy baby. So you can either catch hold of your ankles through the inside or the outside, or you can even just hold your shin just for a couple of seconds and then guide your feet to touch each other. Slowly release and relax. Just a little bit of a stretch to the inner and the outer thigh. You can always practice this for longer if you'd like to, but today we are having a dynamic, fast-paced class. So try to stick with the pace just so that we can practice together the whole class. From here, we bring our legs up and start moving them in big circles. So 3 rounds, 1 leg at a time in one direction, and then 3 rounds in the opposite direction in your own pace. Now move on to the other leg, 3 rounds in one direction, and then 3 rounds in the opposite direction. Make the circles as big as you can. Release and relax. Allow your body to rest for just a couple of breaths. We're going to practice Yedugandhasana, bridge pose. Bend your knees, bring your feet closer to your hips. Interlock your fingers below your hips and slowly lift up. Keeping the hips lifted, knees above your ankles, chest towards your chin. And then slowly release and relax. Taking a second to allow our body to rest. From here, we're going to practice halasana or plow pose. So lift your leg all the way up. And if this is available and accessible to you, practice. If not, practice Yedugandhasana, bridge pose for one more round. Your knees are not bent, they're in a straight line. Your toes pointing outward. If it is more comfortable for you to keep them tucked, that's also okay. Hands straight and release slowly with control, without your head lifting, and allow your legs to slowly fall back. If you're practicing Yedugandhasana, come back to the floor and we practice a complementary asana to halasana. Again, Paschimottanasana, forward fold. We'll practice this asana towards the beginning of the class. See if after all the asanas and the stretches that we practiced. If you're able to move closer to your knees, if your upper body is bent, that's okay. Try to stay as grounded and close to your lower body as possible. From here, we're going to practice pancake once more. We had initially began practicing this asana. Extend your feet as wide as the yoga mat or how much ever you can. And then bending from the upper body, bring your elbows to the floor. Now, if this is comfortable to you, take your upper body to the floor, your head to the floor, your chest towards the floor. Make sure your feet stays active. A full pancake. You can feel an intense stretch in most of your quads. And slowly lift back up. Take a second to breathe, release and relax. And let's come to butterfly. Bringing both your heels together, facing each other. Toes together, touching each other. Your hands catching a hold of your toes. And your knees flapping up and down. Make sure your back is not rounded, your chest is straight. And release. Bring your knees towards each other, away from each other towards the floor with the help of your hand. Couple more rounds in your own comfort. Then slowly bring your chest towards your toes, if possible beyond your toes. Hands on the floor and fall towards the floor. As much as you can practice this. If you're only able to come probably a couple of centimeters towards the floor, that's okay. From here, we are moving towards Malasana. So, knees pointing outward, toes pointing outward, and just a little bit of an exploration here. So, rather than just moving from asana to asana, since our hips are built differently and we have different flexibilities for our lower body, we are doing a little bit of a variation / exploration of Skandasana. So both our feet are open wide apart and we are moving our weight from one leg to the other using our hands as a part of this exploration. So feel how it is to really stretch from a place of moving your weight. And from here we come to a very wide-legged stance, about 4 feet or so distance between your feet. And then fold your upper body all the way to the floor. So you can rest your head on the floor if your head reaches there. If not, you can also just stay grounded using your hands with the support of your hands as wide as you can. And then let's slowly heel toe all the way to the center of the mat. Feet hip distance apart into a forward fold. From here we come back into my favorite asana, which is being on the side of your body and just lifting your leg side to side. So lift as high as you can and then release. Practice for 3 rounds. Then shift to the other side, supporting your head with your hands and then lifting the leg that's on your top. And practice for 3 to 5 rounds. Now we come into Shavasana, lying down and allowing our leg to slightly open wide apart. You can keep a pillow or a blanket under your hips if that is more comfortable to you. Hands by the side of your body, palms facing the ceiling. Relaxed head, relaxed jaws. Bring your awareness to your entire body, all the way from the toes to the top of your head. Observe your breath rising and falling. With each inhalation, your stomach expands out, and with each exhalation, your stomach falls back in. We are here for a few minutes today, so take this time to really slow down and observe your body. Give a mental command to your body to relax and release any tension that it's holding. All the toes, your ankles, heels, your shin, calf muscles, knees, quads, hamstrings. Release and relax any tightness or tension in the entirety of your lower body. Complete awareness of every single muscle, joint, bone in your lower body. Awareness to the right leg, now to the left leg, now awareness to both legs together. Awareness to the whole of the lower body as a singular unit. Awareness to your glutes, to your hips, your pelvis, all the muscles, all the joints of your hips and your pelvis. Release and relax. Move your awareness now to your stomach, your lower abdomen, your upper abdomen, your lower back, upper back, your chest, your right shoulder blade, your left shoulder blade. Awareness to the entire torso. Release and relax. Awareness to the upper arms, elbows, forearms, fingers, knuckles, all the joints and muscles of both our arms. Release and relax any tightness. Now move your awareness to your neck, awareness to the throat, to the jaws, to the back of the head that's rested on the mat. Awareness to the top of the head, lips, nose, eyes, temples, forehead, ears. Awareness to the whole entire body, from the top of your head to the tip of your toes. We inhale, and as we exhale, release and relax. Gently and slowly, wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, move your head side to side, bend your knees, and as and when you're ready, slowly roll over to your right side with your head supported by your hands. Keeping your eyes closed and moving as slow as you can, slowly come up into a sitting posture, either in Sukhasana or Vajrasana or any asana that you're comfortable in. Before we practice Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breathing. If this practice is new to you, do not worry. Detailed instructions on this practice will come up in the following classes. So you're welcome to just practice breath awareness as we've been practicing in the past classes. Either sectional breathing, awareness to your stomach, your chest or your clavicular region. But if you're in habit of practicing Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breathing, let's practice together for a few rounds. To practice Anulom Vilom, take Chin Mudra in your left hand and place it on top of your knees. Nasika Mudra by folding the second and the third finger in the right hand. Close the right nostril with the thumb and exhale completely through the next left nostril and inhale through the left nostril to begin. Exhale through the right for 1, 2, 3. Inhale through the right. 1, 2, 3. Exhale through the left. 1, 2, 3. Inhale through the left. 1, 2, 3. Exhale through the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale through the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale through the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale through the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Continue at your own pace with 5 counts for each inhalation and exhalation. If you've been practicing this pranayama, feel free to make your exhalations longer than your inhalations. Make this your last round and slowly let go and release. Inhale through your nose, exhale from your mouth with a sigh. Inhale through your nose, exhale with a sigh. Make an audible sound. Last time. Inhale through your nose, exhale with a sigh. Bring your hands in Anjali Mudra in front of your heart center. We chant Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu for 3 rounds, followed by Shanti Mantra and an Omkara. Let's begin. Inhale. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat.